Once again, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Cub at Penn State Harrisburg. Greg Cook and Eric Sedini getting ready for Game 2 of today's doubleheader as the men's teams will battle it out. Penn State Harrisburg and the Gallaudet Bison. Penn State Harrisburg coming in 12-10 overall, but 9-4 in the conference. Meanwhile, it's been a struggle for Gallaudet's men's team this year. 1-21 on the season, winless in the conference at 0-13. Just one senior on their roster and only 2 juniors. 10 players who are freshmen and sophomores, so it's a bit of a rebuild for head coach Kevin Kovacs. But like we talked about in the women's game, partner, these games are critical now. 3 games in a row at home where you're looking to pick up WWW and get in position for that postseason tournament.
Yeah, they're pretty much fighting between the 2 and the 3 seed. Unless something crazy were to happen where they were to drop their next 3 games, they're probably looking at that 2 and the 3 seed right now. Probably looking at the 3 seed. Lancaster Bible leading the conference. They're at 12-1. Looks like they're going to be hosting this conference tournament for back-to-back years. Penn State Abington, who the guys picked up a victory against over last week, sitting at 10-4 in the conference, with Penn State Harrisburg at 9-4. In the conference in there, and then Morrisville State rounds out that top 4 at 7-6. Wells right on the outside there at 6-6. So for the guys, definitely want to make sure they could come out. This is what you might consider a trap game of sorts. They're playing against a team with not such a great record coming towards the end of the season there. Got to make sure they keep that same focus and intensity going into this game, then rounding out the week next week there for themselves.
We are running again at the Cub. Oh, look at that alley-oop right off the bat. Highlight reel stuff. Blessed Mbogo finishes.
Yeah, great play call there for Gallaudet right off the bat there. It looks like they're going 3-2 zone here, or 1-3-1 a little bit of a mix of both it looks like in there. So got to see how Coach Friday and the guys are going to respond to that.
Good ball movement in that possession. Malik Collins 3. Back rim, but Eggleston gives him a second chance. Here's Lance. Baseline floater goes.
Yeah, good floater there from Lance. Like the extra pass there from Zeg as well. Could have easily had himself an easy shot from the top of the key. Gives that one up. Good job with Lance with the floater there. And if Gallaudet's going to go with this 3-2, 1-3-1 zone in there, got to expect a lot of opportunities for Penn State Harrisburg to be able to crash that glass like you see Isaiah did last possession as he comes down with that defensive rebound in there. Definitely a lot of opportunity for them to crash the glass potentially if they're going to be going up against the zone offensively.
Pass off the hands of Eggleston inside. Driving to the hoop is Rory Lewis. Can't finish. Kept it alive, though. Jake Schwall has the basketball, and another opportunity for the Bison.
Yeah, good job, Zeg, defensively that one also, though. Did a great job of just keeping his hands straight up, even though he went and jumped on that one. Did a good job just staying straight up there as Nate's able to come down with that rebound now.
2-2 early on. Curry from the top for 3. Back rim, Malik crashed, got a hold of it. They scramble for it. And Gallaudet player laying on the floor. Oh, they're going to give the timeout before the out of bounds? Nope. I thought
I heard someone say timeout.
Yep. They'll just say it's a turnover as the player dove on the floor for the ball and just kind of rolled over onto the sideline. So 20 to shoot. Zachary Scott III in control, all-time assist leader here at Penn State Harrisburg. Over 500 of them. Malik.
They're going to get it for the travel, yep.
Two minutes in. Lance Wood into the game for Gallaudet. You've heard the names already, but it's Zachary Scott III, Lance Douglas, Malik Holland, Nate Curry, and Isaiah Eggleston, a familiar starting 5 for Don Friday's troops. Penn State Harrisburg defeated the Bison in D.C. in December by a score of 69-61. December 3rd. The Penn State Harrisburg teams went down to D.C. and swept the Bison out of their home gym. Nice move down low, Nate Curry.
Yeah, Love that from Nate in there. That 1-3-1, 3-2 zone. Easily could get some opportunities in the middle. Nate does a good job. Got that ball just below the free throw line. 2 dribbles left as Zeg almost comes up with that one, but Nate did a great job. 2 dribbles to the left, spins back to the right, put that one home on the inside for the easy bucket.
In that game in December in D.C., Nate Curry had a big night. 19 points and 15 boards. Lewis looking for space. Kicked it out to Otto. And shot clock violation. Gallaudet.
Yeah, we talked about it over the course of the girls' game as well. Obviously, with Gallaudet being a school for the deaf, the hard of the hearing there, what are they going to do over the course of the game, trying to make some on-the-fly adjustments, getting down to that late shot clock there? Do they have something they do to let the players on the court know that the shot clock is running down there? Because we talked about Penn State Harrisburg. Maybe they'll have someone just counting down there, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Got to wonder what that system is for Gallaudet when they start getting into those late shot clock and late game clock situations for themselves.
Eggleston takes a drive.
Great
Nice
pass.
dish and finish for Curry.
Ooh, beautiful pass there from Isaiah on that one.
Well, flipped it right past the defender, sort of behind the back. Good job by Curry, too, to pay attention and see it coming.
That one looked, he almost got hit in the face with that one.
Yeah.
It felt like.
Oh, and that
Strong take.
bucket down low just over the outstretched arm of Eggleston as Preston Kelly gets the bucket. Timeout.
Gallaudet.
Okay.
Yep. You can call it as a defensive team. You can call a timeout right after you make a basket while you're playing offense in there.
30-second timeout. Early going, 6-4. Penn State Harrisburg on top. It will be Lions basketball out of the break. Oh, they'll stretch it into a media. So we'll take the opportunity to drop the other notable alum from Gallaudet. This one might be one that you remember, probably not by name, but when I say what he's noted for, the guy's name is Niall DeMarco, and he was the winner of America's Next Top Model in 2015. The year after that, he participated in Dancing with the Stars, and he won Dancing with the Stars.
The name doesn't sound familiar, but I think you rattled him off last year.
Yep.
During last year's games, and I remember that.
Those were not so much Top Model, but Dancing with the Stars is a show that ends up on the television in my house more often than not.
Is that your choice? Or?
No. That would be the wife's choice, and then, I fake interest for about 10 minutes, and then I go into the bedroom TV and turn on the Sixers or the Flyers or whoever else might be on.
That's why you got multiple TVs,
oh,
right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So as they resume play, 16-16 to go first half. 6-4 Penn State Harrisburg on top. Early going, game 2 of today's United East doubleheader. Lady Lions winning the opener 71-50. Lance Douglas for 3. No. Eggleston keeps it alive nicely, and they're going to call a foul on the Bison.
And you see, I think that's Wood looking for the over-the-top foul there, and the ref saying he's not going over you. I can't call it over the back just because he beats you to the highest point of where the ball is at there. And again, prone to a lot of offensive rebounds is going to be Gallaudet. They've already given up 3 here through the first 4 minutes.
Tallest player on the Gallaudet roster is 6'5", and Eggleston goes 6'8". Second chance on the inbound after the first was booted out of play. Marquise Ferreira will check in for Gallaudet, and Russell Nye checks out. Zeggery to throw it in. Eggleston. Outside now. Chase Robinson into the game. Drives and dishes. Eggleston. 3. Whew. Down it goes.
Money.
Isaiah Eggleston.
So, gives this team such a different dynamic than maybe they had last year with a guy like Dylan Daniels, who we knew had that ability to step out, occasionally hit a three-pointer, had a good mid-range game going for herself there, but Isaiah just brings in a total different dynamic for these teams from an offensive perspective in there. He's somebody, if you see him on the perimeter, you got to put a body out on him, makes that pick and pop a lot more difficult to guard because he's someone that you cannot leave open, as we've seen time and time again. And just on that last possession there, he's somebody who could really stroke it well from the outside.
Timeout on the floor with 15:44 to go, 9-4 Penn State Harrisburg. And before we get any further, with Chase Robinson into the game now, Don Friday's troops coming off that Wednesday night win at Abington, 74-58. Chase had 24 points on Wednesday night.
He had a great showing on that game. I was looking at that box score. What was the last game that we were here for, that Saturday game? Was it St. Mary's?
I think that's right.
I think it was St. Mary's, and you could just tell his confidence throughout the season. It's just been growing and growing as he's getting. St. Mary's there. Then they did the New York trip, but
that Tuesday night game against St. Mary's. No, we got the gummies.
Coach Schlosser, if you can hear this or you listen back, I appreciate my Tupperware of gummies, or our Tupperware of gummies, I should say, in there.
It's good. We got some gummy bears in this batch.
Gummy bears. I think some like Sour Patch Kids, some Lifesavers. Coach Schlosser, he's not looking at us right now, but I love you.
Awesome.
I love you, Coach Schlosser. And I normally don't try to eat during the broadcast, but if it's a Coach Schlosser gummy, I think we're okay to take that, right?
That's right. And if Tony Romo can eat live on the air, so can we.
I hope nobody's going to have an intervention with us, partner. Is that why the intervention happened? Because he was eating during the broadcast?
Right.
And there you go.
Look at that.
The diaper dandy.
Yep. Get the steal and the strong drive to the hoop. Down low they go. Eggleston went for the block, did slap the board, and the shot from Lance Wood did not go down. Here goes Robinson again, and he scores again.
Great job from Chase. And he's got a good bounce for himself also. We saw him with a dunk in that St. Mary's game also, though. So he's got the ability you saw there, taking up from probably a step outside that painted area, or non-painted area with this court, if you will, and able to put that home for himself.
Two very similar scoring drives for Robinson. Stretches Penn State's lead to 9, and they get the turnover. Robinson pushing it down the floor. Zegary will try a three, and nothing but net for Zegary from the right corner.
Zeg, not necessarily known as a shooter over his time here on campus, but he's definitely got that ability to step out and hit a couple, as he shows you there. Puts that lead up to 12 for Penn State Harrisburg.
Driving to the hoop was Eno Otto. Could not convert. Zegary down the floor, lays it in.
Looked like a little Derrick Rose in his prime there, weaving in and out, making the defender turn his head multiple ways. Wasn't quite sure where Zegary was as he gets that to go in. They're going to get the charge there. Nate Curry standing strong, taking that one.
Rory Lewis will be called for the offensive foul. Mop crew on the floor. Substitutions both ways.
Hey, speaking of alumni, why isn't Dallas Cook here? He's part of the alumni for the basketball program.
Yep. Must not have gotten the email.
I blame you for that one.
Just over 14 to go, first half. It's 18-4. Penn State Harrisburg with the early cushion. Super Bowl Eve at the Cub. Ooh. Millian nearly lost it behind the back. Josh Maxwell has checked in. Zegary will try the left corner.
Oh!
In and out. Alex Liba there, though, to clean it up.
You talked about that height advantage in there. Isaiah 6'8", grabs a couple. Alex got a couple inches on him standing there at 6'10", 240. Light work for him on that offensive rebound and putback.
All alone underneath. And easy conversion for Alex and Sifarov.
Yeah, Penn State going all out for that, thinking they were going to have that turnover there. Alex stuck in between a rock and a hard place in a 2-on-1 situation.
Robinson, push, bounce pass down low for Alex over the head. No, but look at Josh Maxwell. The tap would not fall down, but a good athletic play by Josh.
Yeah, only thing I could tell Josh on that one is come down with that ball. He wanted to go with that tap, and it felt like that ball was slipping off of his hand as he was going up with it. Just got to grab that ball and then go up with it. There is. Look at Isaiah fighting on the inside despite the size difference there as
going to stay.
Maine.
Yeah, when that Gallaudet player down low was trying for the putback, and you saw that arm go up for the Harrisburg defender. I was like, oh my gosh, that's Isaiah Millian.
The only reason I was able to tell was his hair. I saw the hair as I followed the body in there. He's got that Tyrese Maxey mop top going, if you will.
10 seconds to shoot. Perimeter passing. Wow, there's a bomb from the edge of the logo, in and out from Preston Kelly. And Liba gets it to Millian, and back they come. Chase Robinson, Liba. High post. Again to Alex. Down low, Josh Maxwell scores.
Great action. I love that pump fake from Josh there also. If he goes straight up with that, good chance that shot gets blocked. Goes with the little pump fake in there, gets the defender off of his feet, able to put that one home for 2.
22-6. Zegary has 5. Chase Robinson and Nate Curry 4 apiece. Rory Lewis just dribbles it out outside the arc, fires away. Does not get the bucket. Robinson outside, Millian, right corner. No, and a big rebound for Mbogo. Here's Kelly. Oh, outside off the fingertips of Florio. And the Bison turned it over. Timeout on the floor, 11:27 to go, 22-6. Zegary's going to come back in. Zeg, just some, everyday black sneakers today. They look a little shiny, though. You check him out when he walks back out onto the floor. Zeg, always one with an eye toward the style as well.
You're saying he busted out the shoe polish pregame.
He may have, or, maybe it's that patent leather kind of look, that shiny look on the sneaker. (22-6) with 11:27 to go. Penn State Harrisburg has won 4 in a row. They've won 5 out of 6, and they've won 7 out of their last 9. Coming off that big win over Abington. On Wednesday night, we said Chase Robinson had 24. Curry had 15 and 9. And Zegary scored 13. They put up 48 points in the first half.
It's the dangerous thing about this team, though. We've talked about it a couple of times in there. You've got a handful of guys, I'd say 5-6 guys, that can give you 10-plus points on any given night. You got Zeg, obviously, Chase, who's been coming on as of late, Nate Curry, Isaiah, and there I'd say are 4 guys that consistently are going to probably be able to get you over 10 points a game in there. Malik, if he's got it going from the outside, Isaiah as well, and then obviously Chris Haynes, who's not suited up there today, as you said, was dealing with a bit of a shoulder injury, suffered from last weekend's New York trip in there. Another guy who can get some points up in bunches for this Penn State Harrisburg squad.
Slept crooked on the bus or what? Zegary for 3. Short. Rebounded by Antsiferov. Haynes in street clothes in the middle of the Penn State Harrisburg bench. Here's a drive. They're going to call it a little bit of a ticky-tack one on Liba. First foul of the game on Penn State Harrisburg, 9 minutes in.
Got to love that of your coach Friday. I mean, You guys are playing good, sound defense.
Shot clock goes to 20. They throw it in all the way to the logo and set up the half court. Traditional Don Friday defense in effect. Three-pointer on the way. That's a bit of a bomb from Kyle Florio. Second chance, Antsiferov, and he was fouled by Isaiah Millian.
Isaiah with his hands caught in the cookie jar, if you will, trying to poke that one free. They're going to say he got more skin than leather, though.
To the free throw line goes Antsiferov. It's just 5 for 14 on the season from the charity stripe.
Yeah, quick heads up, partner. He's got some sour gummies in that little container also. Took one of them, and it gave me a little bit of a shock in there. Whew.
Lance Douglas back in, Isaiah Millian to the bench. Second try now for Ansiferov. And he banked it in. Saturday afternoon. Banks are open in Middletown, PA. 22-7, 10.5 to go first half. Nate Curry lost his footing and then lost the basketball. Here comes Bruce Brewer Jr., who just checked in. Number 11 for the Bison. Running the controls. You see Zeg, watch Zeg's sneakers every once in a while. He moves a certain way. You'll see that shine.
Yeah, I could see it. I think it's coming from the lights up top. It's coming from the lights up top there, but I'm more concerned. I'm pointing out to you next dead ball we got. There's a basketball stuck in one of these things up here.
I
you
saw
see it
that.
there? I'm like, how does that even get up there? Is Alex able to finish the easy one and transition that possession?
Yeah, I noticed that last week, and that's got to be just one of those cases where the kids are goofing around in the gym. I bet you I can throw this basketball up and get it up on top of that rack.
I'm just trying to figure out the angle they had to go at, though, because
it's tough.
You got the crossbars in there and everything, man. Ooh, give credit where credit's due, though.
Hopefully it won him a buck or two.
What was that? The group like Dude Perfect who does all the trick shots and everything? Were they over here?
That's another bomb on the way, but Kelly's shot does not go down. Here comes Zegary pushing it. Ahead to Alex. Off the mark. Curry crashes the offensive glass. Couldn't convert. Brewer. Working against Curry. He's going to go to the hoop. Nice bounce pass down low for Ansiferov, and a foul probably on the floor. Oh, no, they're going to send him to the line.
Oof. Tough call there.
And Ansiferov back to the free throw line. He was 1 out of 2. The second one banked in off the glass. And there's a true stroke. I love watching the communication between coach and player and amongst the players of Gallaudet. It's amazing to see. I think I told you in past years when I played hockey, one of the teammates of mine for a few years was deaf, and I was exposed to that a little bit, and just learned enough just to get by with him as a teammate, but not anywhere near the level of communication that this Gallaudet basketball team can use.
And I feel like hockey would be a lot tougher too, though, because you have the shift changes that are going on during live play and much more quicker pace of play in hockey than basketball for the most part in there. So I got to imagine that would be even more difficult.
Yeah, and the thing we learned about it, obviously Malik tries a three and buries it. But if you're not exposed to it, if you don't have a loved one or a close friend who is deaf, you don't take the time to stop and think about it. But when someone is deaf, they are even more so inclined to notice other things visually.
Yep.
And the guy that I played hockey with would tell us that, he can see. He knows a whistle blew because he can see the actions of the other players.
Everyone's stopping a little bit, Yep. I think they say, too, if someone's blind, then all of their other senses get a little bit heightened. Their sense of smell, their hearing. Someone's deaf, then their sense of smell. Not that I think their vision would improve that much more, but you get the idea there, though. So their other senses definitely get heightened, or at least that's what we've been told.
Yep. Shot clock at 20. I don't know what Coach Friday's asking. Is there a something? Is there an under 8? I think he wanted the media timeout there.
He wanted to get that media timeout as soon as he could get that media timeout in there.
I think he was saying, is there an under 8? I couldn't quite make it out, but it makes sense with 7:59 on the clock.
You want to get that under 8 as soon as you get under 8 in there. And the media timeout is just a tremendous thing as a player, though. It's that almost a free timeout that you get. You get yourself a little bit of a blow in there. I know some players don't like it because it kind of comes out of nowhere. It disrupts the flow of that game a little bit. I remember our first experience with it was one year we went down. We played Navy down over at Navy, and they had immediate timeout in there. And we knew they were coming and everything. And obviously Division I versus Division III, a little bit pace of play is up there, a little bit speed of the game is up there. And those guys for Navy, they were built rock solid also. So when you get boxed out or someone gives you a little forearm in there, it hurts a little bit more and everything. That first media timeout came, and we were all just sucking wind on the bench. We were like, man, no wonder guys in Division I can play 20-minute halves. You get a freaking timeout every 4 or 5 minutes in there and get a free blow, man. We're going potentially 20 minutes straight at the D3 level if they happen to not call a foul for the whole first half and no one calls a timeout.
Out of the break, it'll be Lance Douglas, Malik Holland, Nate Curry, Zachary Scott III, and Isaiah Eggleston. Starting 5 back on the floor for Penn State Harrisburg as a unit. It'll be 20 seconds to shoot for the Bison with a baseline inbound. Coach Patrick now gets an opportunity to enjoy Alumni Day upstairs.
Man, a good little spread in that back room there.
A few of his alumni players are back upstairs again. Oh, nice little behind the back pass. Didn't connect though. And Malik Holland gets it away to Zegary. Flips it to Nate Curry. To the hoop, lays it in.
And give credit to Lance though as well. Lance did a good job of not just staying on that side in there. He cut through right to left, forced that defender who was with him to have to keep an eye on him, which allowed Nate to cut right down the middle there on that fast break and get a wide open look off that Zeg assist.
Tough take. Rory Lewis gets a bucket. Lewis is their leading scorer. He goes 12.6 a game. Here's that. Is it?
I can't tell.
Is it even a 1-3-1?
I can't tell what it is exactly as Isaiah, easy look there. He's going to draw the foul. I want to say it's a 1-3-1 more so than a 3-2 because when you see the ball go over to one of the sides there, you kind of see someone from that backside come up a little bit, guard that wing. It's like somewhere is a mix in there. It's almost like Coach Friday's matchup zone, except he's got 3 guys on the bottom side of it as opposed to 3 guys on the top side of it.
Definitely looked strange on that last possession.
Because it's like almost the Jim Boeheim Syracuse 2-3 where the bottom guys that play on the outside when the ball goes to the wing, they're the ones that are extending all the way up in there. But give credit to Coach Friday and the guys right now. They seem to be doing an okay job on the offensive end right now, being able to manage that. And defensively, just giving up 12 points through the first 13 minutes right now, so less than a point a minute right now from the defensive side of it.
Kyle Roden into the game, causes a tie-up right there.
Jump ball.
And possession arrow favors Harrisburg.
And you give Kyle a couple years, let him get some muscle on that frame of his. I think he's going to be a guy to watch out for Coach Friday and this team a couple of years down the line in there. We've seen him be able to do some good things in some limited action this year. Obviously, the number 22 is holding a soft spot in my heart for him. But he's got some length to him. He could get up and down in there. He gives good energy on the defensive end.
Foul down low. A little bit of a bailout as Zegary got into a bad part of town, and they'll call a foul on Lance Wood. Shot clock back to 20. Zegary tosses it in from the baseline. Needs help. And turns it over. 5 seconds.
They're going to get Kyle for an illegal screen. Thought he was still for the most part. Maybe something with the arms, or he tried to get away with the Kevin Garnett illegal screen where he sticks that elbow out a little bit on you there.
There's a 5-second violation.
Again, for Gallaudet, though, you got to set a screen for your teammate. The Penn State Harrisburg might switch it, but you're going to have a better chance of getting somebody open by setting a screen for them as opposed to trying to break them down like a wide receiver up against a cornerback.
So here's where we were 10 seconds ago with Zegary throwing it in baseline. This time, no issue. Gets it back, and he runs the controls from the logo. Down low, Roden. Turns to the hoop, drives left. Thought he might try to flip that reverse. Pass was knocked out of bounds, so Harrisburg keeps it now just 7 to shoot.
Yeah, I thought he was going to do this. I thought the same thing you were thinking. He was going to go for that reverse, but I guess he realized midway through he didn't have an angle to try and get enough English on that one and tried to hit Nate. And there's the patent it. Double screen, Nate Curry to the opposite short corner. Money every time.
32 to 12. 6 minutes to go, first half. Curry's got 8. Baseline right side, nice shot, Jake Schwall.
Similar to Curry on the other end. It's like, hey, you could hit that little fade away from the short corner. I could go ahead and do that too.
Schwall, one of the players from Indiana. Chase Robinson walks into a 3, back iron. He'll get Curry tipping it over Jake Schwall. Oh, no, they won't. They're calling it on Lance Wood of Gallaudet, saying that he grabbed the player's jersey. Wow. Whistle blew right as Curry was tipping it. Here's Curry, right side baseline. In and out. Kyle Roden tapped it outside but couldn't collect it, but then Chase Robinson tipped it away. Back comes Harrisburg, 5-on-4 advantage. They've got numbers. Curry pulls up for 3 from the top and knocks it down.
Open look there for Nate. Feels like somebody was going to be able to get that offensive rebound as well with that number advantage. Good job for Penn State that time, taking advantage.
5 minutes and change to go, 35 to 14. Harrisburg on top, Curry's 11, game high. Gallaudet's only win this year came against St. Mary's. They've played them 3 times. Played them in a tournament back in November, and that's where they got the win. And at the shot clock buzzer, Jake Schwall makes another one.
That's surprising that you had 2 conference opponents. When you just hearing that 2 conference opponents playing that early in the season together. Now geographically they're pretty close, you know what I mean, Maryland, DC, so not too surprising, but yeah, it was very interesting though.
It was some kind of Maryland something or other 4-team tournament early on. From the top, Lance buries it.
Yeah, Penn State's really doing a good job now. They figured out this zone, how they're going to be able to beat it against Gallaudet. Figured out those X's and O's, and they're doing a great job now being able to attack that on the offensive end.
22-point lead with 4 minutes to go. Coach Kevin Kovacs sending some signals in from the bench. Backing into the hoop, throwing up a tough shot was Preston Kelly.
They're going to say, Kyle, thought that was a good block from behind. They were going to say a little bit more wrist than ball on that one. That's a tough one for the freshman.
Yeah, I wasn't sure who that was going to be called on as the 2 22s were going at each other. And all we see is the 22 from the official. 3:47 to go, 38 to 16. Curry has 11, only player in double figures. Jake Schwall's 6 are team high for Gallaudet, and Sifarov has 4. Curry also has 5 rebounds, so he's got 11 and 5. Zegary Scott III already has 5 assists. It's amazing. And you don't, like, neither one of us, I don't think we're.
Doesn't feel like
No,
it.
we weren't standing here thinking, boys, I bet Zegary has a lot of assists. And there he is with 5, and it's just like, ho-hum, that's his game.
And well, when you're shooting 57% from the field and just about 42% from the three-point line, and your teammates are hitting shots for you, it's a good way to be able to rack up some of those assists early.
10 players already onto the floor for Penn State Harrisburg. Gallaudet has gone 9 deep. Didn't catch that announcement. I didn't know if that was something we were supposed to hear or not. But we're on a need-to-know basis, partner.
Yeah.
If we need to know it, somebody will tell us.
If it was that important, somebody will find us and let us know.
Yep. Matt Joyce with a bucket in the trash can at the end of the Penn State Harrisburg bench.
Nice.
Good shot by Matt. So it'll be Lance Wood at the free throw line. .77% free throw shooter on the season. Knocks down the first. And 2 for 2. 38-18. Here's Zegary at the controls. Chase Robinson, Isaiah Millian, Alex Leiba, and Josh Maxwell. Interesting lineup. 3 guys who are strictly guards and 2 guys who are strictly bigs. Millian off a screen. Quick little shake and bake. Dribbled it off of Schwal's leg. And Schwal is down the floor.
Yeah, Isaiah had the right idea. There was going to be a good move. Just lost the handle at the last second there as he was trying to make that last move. And good job by Chase in there. Who are they calling the foul on, though? Wow.
Get Chase.
Wow. He had that ball tied up for a good jump ball there. Initially, it looked like from our angle up here, partner.
And Siforov will get back to the free throw line. And Siforov 6'5". Chase listed at 6 feet.
Ball does not lie, ladies and gentlemen. The ball does not lie.
Quoting a Kansas City Chiefs fan right there. Wasn't that a Rasheed Wallace? Ball don't lie?
Yep.
Sheed from Philadelphia.
They're going to call a violation off the second miss, though. Not sure who they called it on, though.
Sheed on record as saying he's rooting for the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Upsetting some Philadelphia people, but for some reason he was a Chiefs fan as a kid when they were bad, and he said, I just stuck with them.
Got to appreciate the loyalty on that.
Yep. Harrisburg attacks. They are plus 19. Zeg in the corner for Millian. 3 ball. No. Maxwell cleans it up.
Way to stay with it there if you're Josh. He looked like he was going to lose that one for a second. Did a great job staying with it. Got that offensive rebound, puts it home, extends that lead up to 21.
Pressure down the floor. Gallaudet, a little bit of a trouble against it, but they get it forward. Under 2.5 to go, first half. Schwal nails the 3.
He's having a good first half for himself. It's going to be 9 points for him. 4 or 5 from the field, 1 of 2 from deep for the sophomore there. He'll be a guy to, as you mentioned, a lot of underclassmen on this team right now as those young guys continue to grow and develop. Be interesting to see what he's able to do over the next couple of seasons.
Under 2 to go. Here goes Chase spinning. Wanted Josh Maxwell, I think. He got it to Millian. And they're going to call a foul on Lance Wood. Or no, I'm sorry, that's Eno Otto. And Otto's saying, hey, he threw me down.
And that's one of those things where it's all about that angle from the official. I think we've talked about it before. Kobe Bryant would read the official's handbook, figure out where they're supposed to be positioned on the basketball court, so that way he'd know if he could get away with a foul as a defender, because the official would not have the ability to see it.
Inside, outside. Leiba now sets a screen. Robbie Bobek has checked in. Can't get it inside to Leiba. Good defense by Schwal, who's given up almost a foot to Leiba. And
get the blocking foul there.
Yep, I think that's Schwal.
Yep. Yeah, they're going to trying to draw that on Zeg as Zeg left his feet, trying to make that pass to Isaiah in the corner there. Going to say.
They want the mop, and the mop guy.
He's kind of like, I wait for the officials to tell me, man. Like, you're not my boss out here right now. So if you got to tell the official if you want that floor mopped right now. I can't help you right now.
That was interesting.
He's looking like, who, me? Kind of like Stephen A. What? Me?
Zeg hits the first free throw. And with 135, they're creeping up in the points column now with 41. Scored 48 in the first half at Abington on Wednesday night. And Sifarov down low, missed it. Bobek the rebound, and Zachary Scott turned around into trouble, but fortunately they're calling a foul on Eno Otto.
Yeah, Zeg slipped on the floor a little bit. You had three jerseys around there trying to collapse on it, come up with that steal. Zeg did a great job of being able to get back up to his feet quickly there, and Otto was just his momentum taking him into Zeg as Zeg was coming back up, being able to stand up there, just a little bit of body contact. Officials got to call it, though.
Back to the line where he again makes his first free throw. Lead right on 20, and now 21.
Blackjack.
Hey, that's right. Robbie Bobek defending down the floor. Schwal and Sifarov tripped up into the paint. They're
going to get Alex for a reach before the shot there, saying he reached in, which is why Sifarov was not able to get a full grip on that basketball.
He'll go to the line for 1-and-1 with 1:11 to go first half.
1-and-1 with 1:11. I don't think we've ever had that call in our time together.
And Sifarov 3 out of 6 from the line today. Tough rim on the first one. 1 minute to go. Malik Holland short on the three. Floorboard to Otto, and back come the Bison. Robbie playing some aggressive defense. Malik a little too aggressive.
Yeah, like the aggressiveness in there, just a little bit too close, got that body contact, and again, just that far out right now. I know you want to be aggressive, you want to play hard, but is he a threat from standing out there at half court? I would say no need to try to get up that far and pick up the cheapie like he does there.
Eno Otto under 50% from the free throw line and misses the first. So no chance for the second. Harrisburg will look to stretch it out. Here's Robbie down low. Go ahead, Rob. Turns. Can't get the bucket. Rebounded by Preston Kelly.
I like the confidence, though. Caught that ball. Immediately knew what he wanted to do with that one. Was very decisive as Alex. That is not a good call by the official there. I cannot agree with that one. May have been some contact on the arm, but Alex got ball first and then came down and maybe hit the arm. But the shot was already blocked there. If you're going to say he hit the wrist, we got to get these refs on the European thing where if they make a terrible call, they got a fine, a suspension, something like that.
Yeah.
That was a terrific block there by Alex. They just robbed my fellow high school alumni there.
Kelly converts the first free throw. I was just ready to talk about the defense of Alex Leiba, getting the block and then possession of the basketball. And just as I opened my mouth to say that, I heard the whistle.
And that's his third also. So, only 24 seconds left, but that's something we're going to need to be on the lookout for.
23.7 to go. Shot clock unplugged. Substitution Gallaudet, so they'll throw it in again. And Harrisburg will get likely the final shot of the first half.
And you see they're going to try to double Zeg to not let him get the ball. I like how Lance just immediately came down there to give Robbie an outlet and able to get that one to Zeg, no issues.
And he'll walk it ahead. Plenty of time now. 15 seconds as he steps into the front court. 4 players across the baseline, now 10, and here they go. Into motion. Douglas drives it left side. Outside, Malik Holland for 3. Knocks it down.
In the words of Mike Breen, bang.
A good bang. Malik Holland. And we've reached the break at halftime. Harrisburg 46, Gallaudet 24. We'll have the second half in about 15 minutes. This is Penn State Harrisburg basketball. Welcome back to the Cub at Penn State Harrisburg. Greg Cook and Eric Sedini bringing you the action of today's United East basketball doubleheader. Penn State Harrisburg and Gallaudet. Lady Lions won the opener 71-50. Men's team from Harrisburg leading the Gallaudet Bison 46-24 as we get set for the start of the second half. Pretty much dominant all statistical categories, I assume, partner?
Yeah, I mean, Penn State just doing everything well offensively, just about 55% from the field, 40% from the free throw line. The 66 does not look great from the free throw perspective, but just 4 of 6 in there, so they're doing it. They've made more than they've missed. Only 5 turnovers, 20 rebounds, 8 of them offensive. And then, like we talked about earlier in the first half there, 14 team assists. I know at least 5 of those came from Zeg there in the first half for himself. And then just defensively there, they're just doing a number on Gallaudet. Gallaudet just shooting 33% from the field, 1 of 9 from the three-point line, and got to the free throw line a good amount of times there, 12 times, and only able to make 7 of them. So for Penn State Harrisburg, you have a carbon copy of that first half. You're sitting pretty good right now. You're already up 22 coming into the second half, so just cannot allow Gallaudet to try to gain any momentum whatsoever right now. Want to come out in this early first 5 minutes, maybe get that thing pushed above 30 and just coast for the rest of the game.
They're going to have to hurry. They do fire a 3 from long range. Actually, a fairly decent look by Rory Lewis. Off the iron, though, so Harrisburg's first offensive attempt. They will have the arrow as the Bison had possession of the ball to start the second half. And it's the starting 5 out there for Don Friday. Here's Eggleston down low. 2 players collapse on him, so Zegary tries the 3. Rolls off the iron.
Yeah, good kick out, though, as well, though, from Isaiah. Had that one, was able to evaluate that defense, got that out. Good look for Zeg from that top of the key wing area there, just not able to put it home.
Bison will take their time. Trying to set the offense into motion. Off a screen, the pass into the paint, off the fingertips. Comes Lance Douglas right to the hoop. Does not get the bucket, but does get the foul on Rory Lewis.
I like that take from Lance, though, as well. Lands on 2, tries to go up, going across there. Able to draw that contact, just not able to put it home there, but like that take from Lance in transition.
Quick check of Lance's numbers. 76.9% from the free throw line, one of the better numbers on this roster. Number 2 for Lance also goes down. Minute and a half into the second half, 24-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Food coming down the way, partner. It's sweets.
Whew.
It's sweets.
Let me grab one now because I'm going to want it for later.
Yeah. I think that's a good choice. I'll try that same thing there, partner. Thank you very much. Always good when there's a function up here on press row. We usually get to collect some of the crumbs.
Get some stuff to go home with there.
3-point bucket for Gallaudet. Makes the lead 21. Curry from the top tries to answer and does.
That one looked good from the minute it left his hands there. That was a beautiful rotation, backspin. That one was picture perfect from Curry.
14 on the day for Nate, who averages 15.6. Down low defense by Curry. That was Mbogo going up. I think if he would have gone up with the left, Curry knocks down another one. If Mbogo goes up with the left down here, he probably scores.
Yeah, I think he thought there was nobody near him, wanted to try and get a dunk for himself in there. Great job by Nate of not giving up on that play, coming up with the block, staying with it as well, coming down on the offensive end, getting back-to-back triples off of that block there. And Gallaudet able to get a timeout for themselves before the out-of-bounds call.
Smart play by
It's going to
Preston Kelly.
It was a 30 initially, but they're going to go ahead and give the first immediate timeout.
Timeout on the floor, 17:28 to go, 54-27. Curry with a couple of threes is up to 17. He had 19 the last time these two teams met. He added 15 rebounds that day. He's got 6 rebounds, so good numbers for Nate, 17 and 6 right now. Zegary's up to 6 assists with his 8 points.
You know, we had, it feels like, just about a month ago when they had Penn State Abington here, they didn't have Nate for that game. It just felt like something wasn't right for them, that they were missing something in there. And since Nate's been able to come back from his little absence in there, you can just see this team has really begun to hit its stride. Everyone's coming into place. We talked about Chase Robinson earlier in the game in the first half there and how he's been able to grow and develop, especially over the second part of this season for himself in there and what he's been able to do. So seeing these guys continue to really start playing their best basketball at the right time. We talk about it a few times over the course of the season. You don't want to be playing your best basketball at the start of the season or at the midway point. You really want to be hitting that full running stride, if you will, as you get towards the end of the season, conference tournament play. So let's hope these guys are able to keep this pace, momentum going through today, the last week of the regular season, into the conference tournament as well.
Going back to that Abington game, that was a day that I left here afterwards, and I thought, really feel like that's a team they should have beaten that day, even without Nate Curry. Now, Abington's having a nice season. They're 16 and 7, shot off the back of the iron. So Abington's having a good season, but I just felt that day that's probably a game they should have won, and then they went up there on Wednesday night this past week and put it to them.
Yeah, great take there by Lance, getting by, finishing with the left. The one thing that struck me about that Abington team, it just felt like they had great size all around. You know, like we know Zeg, Chase, Isaiah, maybe a little bit smaller in terms of their height for the average guard, but they're able to make do very well with themselves. It just felt like Abington's guards not only had the height on Zeg, Isaiah, Chase, and everything, but the size, if you will, as well. They felt like they were a little bit heavier, and those guys just weren't able to get into a rhythm that first game. They turned it around that second game there as Gallaudet able to get a mid-range jumper to go.
Credit the bucket to Schwal. 16 and a half to go. Penn State plus 27. Zegary with the drive and lays it in with the left.
Great start to the second half here. We talked about wanting to start that second half strong for Penn State Harrisburg. Right now, 12-5 through the first 4 minutes.
Three-pointer on the way. Down it goes for Rory Lewis. Lewis has 8. Zegary's up to 7 assists. He's got 10 and 7. On the verge of a double-double with points and assists. There's one down low to Curry, and he finishes. Give him 8 assists and give Curry 19.
Coach Friday's been running that action since I was playing for him what feels like many, many moons ago. Always going to work. You're going to get that back screen there like they get with Nate Curry, or after that screen, you're going to see someone pop out. Probably Malik Collin would pop out to the top of the key there for a three-point attempt, but great look there from Zeg. Great screen there as well from Malik, being able to spring Nate open and find himself for the easy deuce.
Calling a foul on Rory Lewis after the Zegary Scott III steal. So it'll be Harrisburg's ball out of the break. Timeout on the floor with 15:25 to go and a 28-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. We'll take the opportunity to mention the sponsors of Penn State Harrisburg Athletics: K&W Athletics, Fulton Bank, the Meller family, Nittany Place and Campus Heights, PSECU, Warfel Construction, Truist, Aetna, Giant, Army ROTC, In the Net, Friends of the Pennsylvania Farm Show, and of course, last but not least, Enterprise Holdings Foundation. Thank you for your support of Penn State Harrisburg Athletics. And good usage today of the luxury suite to our left, high above the Cub on Alumni Day. Lots of people that you played ball with, some that you followed, some that you preceded. A lot of familiar faces from the women's program were up here today as well.
Oh, yeah, pleasure getting to see a lot of those old, familiar, friendly faces. Some of them I haven't seen since my days at campus. Some of them we've spent time calling their games. Like we said, we saw Shanique Mattis, Rachel Miller, Laurel Amy, Madison Hemler up here. Great to see a lot of those old faces back in the building here this afternoon.
There's a shot from the free throw line, goes down for Lance Wood. You mentioned Madison Hemler. We should probably say thank you to Madison's dad. Mr. Hemler stopped by the booth before we went on the air today and said, hey, I get out here as much as I can, but the games I don't get to and the road games we always watch on the web, and even the games that I come to we'll go back and listen to. Malik nails a three, but he was complimenting mostly you, enjoying being able to listen to your commentary along the way.
Hey, I got to have someone be able to set me up, partner. So credit is all shared and equal for us there. If someone tries to give me more of the spotlight, I'm taking it off me, and we're both under that one together.
We try to have fun. Hopefully it comes through the broadcast. So thanks to Mr. Hemler for the kind words early on this afternoon. Lance from the corner, no. Out of there was Otto. Narrowly avoided a travel. And here go the Bison. Kelly gets it down low for the easy bucket for Lance Wood.
And good job there by Kelly as well. May not have seen it, but he gave a subtle little head fake and brought that ball up just a half a second there. I think that was Lance that he was able to freeze just for a half a second, which freed up Wood right underneath there in the middle.
Malik feeling it now.
Like we talked about, one of those guys where if he's got it going, another one of those guys that could give you that 10-plus a game right now, and I think that's his fourth triple here of the evening. Yep, 4 of 6 from the field, 4 of 6 from the three-point line, 12 points on the evening, the third Penn State Harrisburg player in double figures here this afternoon.
Why shoot from inside the arc when the ones from beyond the arc are worth more points?
Can't argue the logic. The percentages, if you want to really dive into it a little bit there, but the analytics people will probably tell me I'm wrong.
Malik is going with the analytics today.
He's got it going, man. When you're hitting two, it's sometimes if you've got it going, it doesn't matter if there's a hand right in your face, someone's off to the side, to the right, or to the left of you there. When you've got it going, sometimes it just doesn't matter. There's nothing you can do as a defender, and Malik seems to be hitting that rhythm here right now, especially here in the second half. I think all 4 of those triples, or at least 3 of them, have come by way of our basket to the right here in the second half of play.
Kobe Petrovic checked in for Penn State Harrisburg. Josh Maxwell, Isaiah Eggleston, Malik, and Zachary Scott III, who is 1 assist away from his double-double. 10 points, 9 assists for Zeg.
And Zeg, I know you mentioned it earlier, program's all-time leading assist man. Been a pleasure to watch him distribute that basketball. You don't see a lot of guys that can really play that natural point guard position at this level, at the D3 level there, but he's been a pleasure to watch over his time here on campus.
Tough drive for Preston. Kelly converts and will get to the line. Fouls on Kobe Petrovic. Eggleston to the bench. Alex Leiba back onto the floor. Old-fashioned 3 attempt for Preston Kelly, who's one of those players from Indianapolis, Indiana. And he does convert the triple. A little bit of defense down the floor from the Bison. Josh Maxwell helps Zegary get it to the front court. Here's Malik. Ooh.
Good patience there.
Yeah.
Easily could went up with that one, but I think good recognition of time and score. Maybe I could get myself an even better look, which could have been that one. He's had a couple that he could have pulled the trigger on.
Yep. Kobe Petrovic for 3. Off glass, off rim, and out. Comes Kelly down the floor. Takes it back outside, and they'll set up in the half court. Pulling up for three from the top and burying it's Rory Lewis. Lewis has 13, team high for Gallaudet. .22 lead. Here's Malik. He's got another one.
Sit 4 or 5 in this half alone. You can't leave him open. Whew. Call the fire department, partner.
Malik has it going on. Here's one from the elbow that time. So Rory Lewis inside, outside, mid-range, doesn't matter. 69-46, 12 and change to go.
I know something small right there, but good job by Alex. He caught that ball right around that half-court line, took a good couple of dribbles to get himself away from the half-court line there, and was able to find somebody in case a double team came.
It's just...
What do you do?
Yeah.
Save some of it, Malik. Save some of it. You need to keep this going throughout the rest of the season here, man.
Malik Holland, tremendous shooting performance. 6 of 8 from beyond the arc. 18 points. Second only to Nate Curry's 19.
I'm going to throw an announcer's jinx out there, but I'd like to see what the record for the three-pointers made in the game is right now, because having 6 is a good number at this point in time.
Yep, Malik took it, drove it, got it to Liba.
Love the ball movement there.
Bench wants Kobe's shot to go down. It does not.
Love that ball movement there, though, as well. Malik drives, find Alex, who's coming into the middle of the paint there, and then able to find Petrovic wide open, not able to get it to go, as that's going to be a three-pointer for Kelly going from the left wing there.
Under 11 to go. It's 72-49. Josh Maxwell to Zeg. Zeg will drive it, dish it, get it back from Kobe.
They're going to get Alex for the illegal there.
Yep. Alex says, what are you talking about? Timeout on the floor, 10:30 to go. 23-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg. Nate Curry, 19 points, 6 boards. Malik Holland, 18. Zegary has 10, 9 assists. Lance Douglas has 9, 3 assists. Chase Robinson, 3 assists. Eggleston, 2 assists. Sharing the rock pretty nicely this afternoon.
Well, I got the record here, partner.
How many?
9.
9 threes. Is it Danye?
I was going to say, I'll give you 2 guesses. You didn't even need both of them, though. Danye in the double overtime thriller from the, I think it was the first round of the tournament, the year 2020, right when COVID had hit. First round against Johns Hopkins. Danye had 9 3-pointers in that double overtime victory there. And I know that was close to being a 40-point performance from him. They might have that here on the record page as well, potentially.
Malik has 6. So he's in the neighborhood.
Danye also tied the program record for points in a game that game with 45 in that against Johns Hopkins. And I believe, I could be wrong on this, I think the number 6 I'm seeing here was Johns Hopkins' national rank, not their tournament rank, and for seeding purposes. I think Johns Hopkins may have been number 6 in the country in that game there. And I remember that was down. I think that was at Johns Hopkins as well, because.
Yep. That was at Hopkins for sure. Yep, because I remember when they announced the brackets, and we thought, uh-oh.
Yeah, and I remember it was that week. It was that weekend, I think, when the pandemic had started in there, because a lot of people were thinking, I was thinking about potentially driving down there myself to check out the game, and then they said no one's allowed. I think they said only media personnel for each of the schools that were hosting, and then a select few members of each university would be able to go as well with all the players. Because I definitely think I remember Rashawn Carlton being there, watching that broadcast and everything from that game.
Oh, Zeg had it to Roden, but he fumbled the pass a little bit.
I think Zeg was expecting Kyle to continue to roll towards the basket there.
Kyle had it stripped, but they're going to call Lance Wood.
No, they're going to call it from the backside there with like maybe a little forearm in the back or something like that or somebody. But for Kyle there, don't want to put the ball on the ground there. We talk about it. If you're a bigger guy, you don't want to bring the ball down low there, allow some of those smaller players, those guards to get into it there. But also with 2 or 3 players coming around, that's one where maybe as Kobe. Oh!
How did that one come out? They're call Roden for a foul stripping the basketball away.
That bucket does just not want Kobe to get one, partner.
Man, I mean,
it's the only thing I can think of.
That ball was, I saw most of the ball below the orange of the rim and out it shot.
It's like there's a little, not guardian angel just sitting on the rim right there. Just, I'm going to pop that out at the last second.
And that probably would have given Zeg his 10th assist as well.
Yeah.
Lewis the miss, Roden the rebound. Chase Robinson down the floor. Malik, why not?
Why not?
Unbelievable.
2 more and he ties the record.
En Fuego.
Whew.
7 for 9, 21 points. Malik Collins.
Sound the alarms, folks.
Pass picked off by Malik, playing a little defense.
Does he pull up? Oh, I would have pulled up if I was him there. I would have been a little bit selfish there. That's the one he takes. Oh, my God. 1 more to tie the record, 2 more to break it with Danye. I don't know how Danye's looking over there, man. He's got his hood up. He's like, man, I don't want my record to get broken right now. Keep going, Malik. Keep going. Break the NBA record today.
Wow. Malik Collins just unconscious shooting, especially in this second half. Driving to the hoop and drawing a foul was Rory Lewis. Foul going to be on Chase Robinson. Ordinarily it's a 27-point lead. Ordinarily you'd say, whoa, whoa, whoa. But with Malik on the verge of a school record, I'm good with it.
Yeah. Let him fire away right now. It's a weird thing to say because it's not too often there. Is that one not able to go for one? But it's not too often you're going to find yourself there. Is Chase going to go for it? Oh!
Back rimmed it. Might have been slightly too far away. Everybody was anticipating. A nice job by Kyle Roden to not aggressively try to block that shot and not pick up the foul, but score the bucket for the Bison. 25-point lead, under 8 remaining. They got to start paying attention to where 21 is. Here's Robbie Bobeck off the iron. Robbie will get to the free throw line.
Yep, definitely some contact there. I like the call from the official. Let's see if Mr. Bobeck can get himself into the scoring column here this afternoon.
Robbie on the season, 1 of 2 from the charity stripe. Not sure what we're checking.
Media timeout.
Okay. Timeout on the floor, 7:41 to go, 78-53. The story has become Malik Collins. That's it. That's about all that's left. I mean, there's plenty of time left. Teams have come back from 25-point deficits with 8 minutes to go, but it doesn't feel like one of those days.
Listen, it's not impossible, but it's highly improbable.
Malik will stay in there with Roden, Bobeck, Million, and is that Chase Robinson down there?
Yep, Chase still there.
Okay. That'll be the 5.
Almost got yanked back by the headset trying to figure out who was at the end of the bench.
Zeg is going to be on the bench with 9 assists. Would have been kind of cool to see Zachary go 10 and 10. May not get the chance. Nate Curry's on the bench too with
I I got a feeling Nate's afternoon is done.
I think so, too. I mean, he only has 6 rebounds, so it's not like he only needed one more rebound for a double-double. He's 19 and 6 today. But Malik, when a guy's got it going on like that, just let him go.
Yeah, and that's the one thing, too, that you love about watching this team play is you'll see teams in there that have some selfish players. You'll see a guy getting it going like Malik's got it going right now, and you'll see somebody say, oh, it's my turn to get a basket. I want to get the basket this time. And they're doing a great job recognizing Malik has the hot hand right now, trying to get him his opportunities to let that thing go till it doesn't go anymore. And you see that through this team throughout the entirety of the season right now. They know when someone's got it going, they're going to try and get that person involved, get that, and feed the hot hand there.
Nothing but net on the first free throw from Robbie. Danye's seated over there next to his high school coach.
Yep.
Mark Zerby from Milton Hershey. Had the opportunity to meet Mr. Zerby this past week, or actually the week before. There's a pass poked away by Malik Holland. It'll stay with the Bison.
Looking like 21 Sean Taylor
Yeah.
going for that one there.
Bison toss it in. Here goes Brewer. Lost it, but they'll say it's off Kyle Roden. Shot clock at 15, and they'll inbound right in front of the bench. Florio knocks it down. That's a 3. Chase Robinson into the front court, working against Brewer. Bobeck. Back to Chase. Malik for 3. Short. That was pretty clean look.
Yeah, like that action, that elevator screen. You've seen the Golden State Warriors do that a lot with Klay Thompson, Steph Curry. Get your guy coming in from the right in the middle there. Two guys close almost like a door to try to get their guy open.
Oof. Look at Isaiah Million.
Love the work with the ball there.
I mean, physically reminds of Tyrese Maxey, and on that take, he looked like him too.
Yeah, I like that. Kind of looked like Kyrie a little bit. You see Kyrie when he's driving in, he'll cradle that ball, kind of bring it over his shoulder a little. You saw Isaiah do that, switch it from left to right, kind of go with the right-handed scoop. Good finish.
From the top, triple off the mark by Samer Sawan. Roden down low, no. Bobeck, an offensive board, felt like he got hammered. Whistles stayed silent. Sawan, they're going to call him for walking this time. Robbie probably had a legit beef down there, but 81-56. There goes Malik now.
I think the refs are trying to go home, too. They don't get paid by the hour. They get paid by the game, so.
Malik will go into the books with 24 points today. Kobe Petrovic back onto the floor. You know, if he makes that last 3, he's probably still out there. It's fun to watch, though. Roden hands it off to Kobe. He'll fire for 3. Knocks it down.
It's Kobe's turn now. That's why Malik missed the last one. He gave. It's like Space Jam. You know what I mean? He got the stuff from the players and he passed it off to Kobe that time.
Bench was loving it. Every single player on the Penn State Harrisburg bench on their feet, 3 fingers in the air. 3-pointer on the way for Florio, no. Chase Robinson, he's going to throw it forward. Kyle Roden thought maybe he's going to go right to the bucket in midair. Million for 3.
It is raining 3-pointers in the second half, partner.
And we are going to see Russell Nye from Yangzhou, China. I believe this is his first run. Nope. He played in 2 games. I assume they were both away. I don't believe I've seen him on the floor.
I agree with you. I think they away, maybe the Christmas tournament down in Florida potentially.
Yep. Scramble for the rebound. Brewer is out of there with it and traveling on Mbogo. Josh Maxwell onto the floor for Roden. There's 2 players for Gallaudet who are from Hawaii. Neither one of them has gotten into the contest today. Malosi Vienna is from Waipahu, which is right on the shores of Pearl Harbor on Oahu. Here goes Nye. Into the paint, throws it up. Oh, and just off, but he will get a free throw. 2 free throws. So Vienna is from Oahu, and then Brandon Chung is from Kahului, which is on Maui. So not only do they have 2 players from Hawaii on their team, they're from 2 different islands in Hawaii. Here's Nye. Good form. Get him in the scorebook. First point of the year.
There you go. You could say points, partner.
2 for 2, 100% free throw shooter. You get a technical, he's your guy.
Yeah.
Top free throw shooter on the squad. Driving the floater from Schwal off the rim.
They're going to call Kobe for the flop, but definitely some contact, though.
Wow, that was...
I saw the officials make the signal as soon as Kobe went to the floor. Disagree with that one. There was definitely some contact. Maybe not enough to make Kobe fall to the floor, but definitely some contact there. I don't think it's going to warrant the flop call.
Schwal will shoot the free throw and miss it.
What's going on, Coach?
And it'll go back to Penn State Harrisburg.
Got another Penn State Harrisburg basketball alumni, Coach Emery Cook, I believe, also PA High School Sports Hall of Fame.
Okay. Yep.
As well.
Yep. I remember. I think he's from Susquehanna Township.
Yep. Susquehanna Township.
Rashawn's high school. And my uncle, Uncle Emery, Greg Cook. Good to see you, my uncle. All right, back to the hoops. Bucket down low, good bucket. And Sifarov and a foul on Robbie Bobek.
I say Robbie with the body contact down below on that one there.
Timeout on the floor, 3:50 to go. 89-58. Kendis Butler has made it upstairs.
I think there's still some food left.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Rashawn, but it may have been his high school coach. I don't know if the times are jiving or not, but certainly both legends at Susquehanna Township High School and nearby Harrisburg. Malik, of course, leading scorer in the ball game, 24, all on threes, 8 of 11. Nate Curry, 19. Zachary Scott, 10 points and 9 assists. For Gallaudet, Rory Lewis and Preston Kelly, 12 apiece. Jake Schwal, 11. Those are the 3 players in double figures for the visitors. Lewis right about on his average. He's their top scorer at 12.6. Bobek, Petrovic, Millian, Maxwell, and Nye 5 on the floor at 3:50 to go. Chris Haynes, not in uniform, is on the bench, shoulder injury. Don Friday Jr. in street clothes on the bench as well.
Didn't take out the trash last night.
I think, well, I think everybody else, Jonathan Donovan.
Street clothes, yep.
Yeah, street clothes as well. But
everybody else in, I think, yep.
Yeah, everybody else got in the game. 12, 13 players have seen the court. Down low, Bobek all alone. Assist, Kobe Petrovic.
Like the quick movement there as well. Kobe caught that one. Kind of knew Robbie was there before he even caught that ball. Good little touch pass. Found him right wide open underneath.
Robbie's got 3. Bison reset offensively. Brewer kicks it outside. Schwal. Three-pointer is short. Nye's got a board. Gets it ahead to Kobe Petrovic. Driving, taking it to the hoop. Off the iron. They scramble for it. It'll be Bison basketball.
Yeah, off Josh's knee there.
.304 to go. Candace?
Want some gummies, Candace?
Candace needs some gummies.
By all means.
How's it feel to strut around here with all the alumni present, knowing that you're the all-time leading scorer? No, not something you're into? We said it has to be a proud moment, though, as much as you're not that kind of boastful person, but nonetheless.
Yeah, I was half expecting you to come up, start walking around like Conor McGregor in front of all the alumni, swinging the arms. Oh, you're welcome.
Candace, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Backing down to the hoop was Schwal. The ball got knocked away from him, and instead Preston Kelly drains a 3. 2.5 to go. The margin is 30. Dylan Daniels and his father upstairs, I guess.
Yep, Dylan's been making his way in and out the whole afternoon there.
Josh Maxwell, they're going to say jump ball, and that's going to stay with the Lions. Millian will toss it in, 13 on the shot clock, plenty of time. There he's got Kobe in the corner. Instead, 5-second violation. I don't know if he just didn't see Kobe standing in it. Kobe was all alone right in front of the bench.
Could be one of those ones, too. I mean, you don't want to take the turnover, you know what I mean? You want to get the ball in bounds, not have the turnover. Maybe that's one of those ones where they were trying to work that out-of-bounds action all the way through there, try and get through all the options on it potentially. But, yeah, definitely you don't want to take the turnover, though.
Comes Millian off the steal.
Good Euro.
Maxwell. This is the putback. Bobek will give him a third opportunity. There's Kobe all alone. Inside. Had the shot blocked.
Maybe some contact. I think the refs are kind of at it now. Under 2 minutes left. They want to try to get this one wrapped up potentially.
Brewer with a bucket for Gallaudet. Under 2 to go. Here comes Millian. Double teamed. Kobe helps him out. And a foul way late. Yep. Foul on Schwal.
I'm going to say a little hit to the face there when they were trying to get that trap in the corner.
Schwal has fouled out. So they'll have to go to the bench. Schwal finishes with 11 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. And Kyle Florio back onto the floor. They also want to check Lance Wood in for Ansiferov, and they give it to him.
Yeah, I guess technically the ref should be able to do that because I think you get the 30, you almost get like a mini timeout, the 30 seconds to reevaluate what you want to do after a player fouls out there. So
here goes Kobe.
I feel like he's got some springs, partner. You know what I mean? He's been able to get up there, and he seems pretty bouncy. We haven't seen much of him over his time on campus, but he seems like he's got some springs to him.
On his way to the hoop, well, there's a tough bucket for Kelly. But on his way to the hoop, I thought he might be thinking about the throwdown. And then just flipped the hand over and finger rolled it in. Nye for three.
Everyone's got it going, partner, too.
Just a two.
Still a bucket, though. Still a bucket, though.
Look at the bench. The bench is celebrating like they just won a championship for Russell Nye. And on his way to the hoop, a foul.
They're going to get Josh. Josh gets the charge, but he got kneed in the face, it looks like.
Pam is out there. Josh in some discomfort right under the bucket.
Yeah, he was holding his face. I think maybe he took a knee to, like, the throat area potentially when trying to take that charge attempt in there. Love to see that from Josh, though. 30-point game, under a minute left. Easily could have just played the Olay game, gotten out of the way there at the last second. But love to see him stand in there tough, take that contact, draw the offensive foul, and tee is up. You're going to see a sub for him, though, for sure right now. I want to make sure he's okay. And obviously, when the trainer comes out on the stoppage in there, he's got to come off the court, and you got to get a player in for him. Let's bring in Malik, partner. Let's see if we can get Malik 2 more threes in the last minute, break the school record here this afternoon.
1, 2, 3, 4. What are we going to do?
I'm going to get Kyle Roden in there.
Okay.
You know, and I'm all for that, too, because Kyle's the only one not in the scoring column here this afternoon for Penn State Harrisburg. So let's see if the guys can get Kyle an easy bucket in there for himself or get him a free throw opportunity. He can hit one of those free throws and get on that scoring column.
Under a minute to go. It is a 30-point lead for Penn State Harrisburg, who beat Gallaudet by 8 in D.C. Robbie outside, Kobe. Now here's Kyle Roden. Hands it back to Kobe, and now around to Millian, getting late. He fires a three off the iron. Roden tapped it. They'll call him for a foul.
Yeah, I mean, I like Kyle trying to just be aggressive, make a play, but under 30 seconds left in the bonus right now. Just got to be aware of that time and score situation. Not that this foul is going to hurt them in the long run here this afternoon.
It'll send Sawan to the line, the freshman. Oh, and we haven't mentioned Sawan. He's from Toronto, so not just all across the 50 United States, but also north of the border. From the Great White North. Shot clocks are turned off. They will get a break. Roden with the rebound off the second free throw and gets fouled trying to bust through the trap.
And there we go. Hey, partner.
She's going to the line,
I might get my wish.
Nice.
Everyone in the score column. Let's go, Kyle. Come on. Everyone in the score column today. I'm here for it.
It is all about the first free throw. And he is 1 for 4. 1 for 4 on the season.
Let's make it 2 for 5.
1 for 5. And Kyle does not crack the scoring column, but will take the W. Nice drive to the hoop by Kelly. And 10 seconds to go now. Millian ahead to Russell Nye, and they should just dribble it out from here. That's what Coach Friday instructs from the bench. And this one is in the books. Final score 95-68. And there's really not much to
complain about.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of times there's one, we had a big win, but today, I mean, everything was covered.
They did everything well. Offensively, great offense, worked that ball around, hit their open jump shots, found the right man at the right time. Defensively, tremendous job as well in there, making those extra plays, those hustle plays. Probably the best afternoon we've had calling the games this year, I'd say, partner. Afternoon, evening right now. Great from the guys' team, great from the women's team as well. 2-0 on the afternoon. Complete the sweep, the season sweep of Gallaudet, both home and away. Their tremendous afternoon all around, and I'm sure the alumni are all proud that they got to see the young guns go out there, get a couple victories here this afternoon. I know I am, at least.
Total scoring this afternoon, Penn State Harrisburg 166 Gallaudet 118. Lady Lions win 71-50. Men's team wins 95-68. The Gallaudet men's team falls to 1-22 on the season, 0-14 in the conference. Don Friday's troops are up to 13-10 overall and 10-4 in the conference. Malik Holland led the way with 24, Nate Curry 19, Zegary Scott III had 10, Preston Kelly with 19, Rory Lewis a dozen, and Jake Schwall 11 for the Bison. I'd like to say thanks to our staff and crew upstairs that makes the webcast possible. Tom Klemick, Kylie Altland, Alexis Henry, and Candace Butler did get up here in enough time for us to give her credit in the post game. Thank you, Candace. Thank you for joining us for today's games. We hope you'll join us again for our next webcast. It's coming up on Valentine's Day. Partner, we're getting together for Valentine's.
I like it.
Tuesday, February 14th.
I can tell my mom I got a date.
A United East doubleheader against Penn College right here at the Cub. The women will tip at 5, men's game shortly thereafter about 7 o'clock. For my partner, Eric Sedini, Greg Cook signing off from the Cub. We are Penn State Harrisburg basketball.